Hey my beautiful friends, thanks so much for tuning in. So I'm going to show you really quick what I'm planning to do for my 4th graders history curriculum for the year 2019-2020. I did share all his curriculum pics already, so I'll link that above or below. And I just wanted to show you how excited I am, I guess, for what we're doing this year. We're doing American history and how I'm going about it. I think it's very different. I've never done it this way, and I'm excited about it. So I wanted to do a flip through of the curriculum and kind of just walk you through my thought process. So keep watching. So here's my history, you guys, and this will be our spine. This is from the Thinking Tree Company, and it's the Do-It-Yourself Time Travel Journal and American History Timeline. And I just came across this while I was looking at Thinking Tree books in Amazon. I didn't know they had something like this, and I fell in love. So I wanted to do a flip through of this and then kind of show you why I have this here. And this is Classical Conversations. Now, I am not part of Classical Conversations, you guys. But my BFF is, and she gave me this for free. She said that I can pair the history sentences really well with my American history because Cycle 3 is American history. She gave me the DVD. I also want to use it for the math skip counting songs. So I thought it was perfect. I thought it was a good addition. So we'll be hopefully doing copy work and using the history sentences to go with our American history. So that's why that's here, and I wanted to show you my thought process with that. So I went through it already. I have pretty much all the sentences I can use and somewhere in here. So this is our spine for next year, and I think that JL will enjoy this because he'll have to go on the computer to do some research and kind of like read here and there in different books, kind of like look for information, do some kind of research. So how this works is this is a timeline that is going to cover Native Americans and Vikings. We have the European explorers, settling of America, the founding of the USA, the Civil War era, modern times, and world wars, and the information age, which is current. So then how you use this is you choose 4 books. I would do up to 4, maybe 2 to 3, 4. And you watch a documentary on that era, and you pretty much jot down your information and what you learned. You fill out some timeline facts, and you have ask your teacher how many pages you to complete each day, and use gel pencils and coloring pencils. It just tells you how to go about it. So I wanted to do just kind of like a flip through. The first thing is Native Americans and Vikings. And I already have a few resources with me in my home that I can use. So we'll tackle these books. I have the Viking Adventure. I'm going to see if my son likes this. If he would read it, that would be amazing. We can take bits and pieces from this, at least. We have Christopher Columbus, which comes up. And then from the Usborne Time Travelers book, we have the Viking Raiders, which is awesome because it gives me a lot of information on the Vikings. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so the first thing he would do is write down all the books that he's going to be looking into. Then it says here to watch a documentary, so he has to write the title. He does some drawing from the documentary, if he liked it or not, and so forth. Then there's more research here. It says research the Native American people and who lived in around your area, and then what happened to them. So then there's art and creativity here. There's more research here, Native American reservations, and write about your findings. So he has to look for the modern day Native American reservations, where the largest reservations located, and so forth. So he does more research. I don't want to read everything. Then there's mapping. He does mapping of past Native Americans and current tribes that are still here with us. Then reading time. So this is where that book will come in. He'll read it. He'll kind of give me like a paraphrase about it. Draw some things that he liked or can, that stuck with him. And then again, here's the same thing. Copy an interesting information or paragraph from that book. So I really like this. I like the way it's set up. Then it says here, draw a Native American home. So there's drawing involved, which I know he will love the drawing. Then there's information here for him to read through. And then, have you ever eaten any of these plants? Draw your favorites. So he will look into the plants and see if he's gonna eat in, and we can maybe find one in the backyard. I'm not sure. And then interesting facts, and this is where Christopher Columbus comes in. So that'll be our book. We'll read some of the information that's in here. He'll do more drawing. And then Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. There's more drawing, some questions he has to answer. Again, he'll also research in the internet. He could also go to the library. Because at this point, pretty much every era will have something like this, where there's different people that have been important in that era. So he'll be just writing a few things about Christopher Columbus, Leek Erison, which I want to get the Lucky, Leaf the Lucky for this one. That would be great, I think, a great addition. Orabi Village, talk about the Orabi Village, Native American travels. So he'll just go on the internet and find some information that he could write about this. And then art and creativity again. He gets to do some drawings and stuff like that. Again, there's mapping here that he can look into and do. And then there's a timeline that he has to write in his timeline, and also write some information here. It says write about the important and interesting events from this era. And then again, there's this is a study on a hero that wasn't mentioned. So we can look at someone that wasn't mentioned in this era and kind of look for more information and write about him. And then the next era comes in. And again, it's the same setup for pretty much each era, each time period. So I really like it. He jots down his books. He has reading time. He writes about the book that he's reading. Then he watches a documentary. Again, there's some art involved, a lot of drawing. So what I love about it is that I'm going to be able to pair. See, I already went through it. And on week 2 in Classical Conversations, there's a sentence that goes with this. So he'll do that sentence and kind of hoping to memorize it. There's some drawing here that he would like to do that I know he'll enjoy. Again, there's people in this era that he'll look into. We have books on Pocahontas. And then we just look in the internet. We research it. We'll get some books from the library if we have to. There's more information for him to read. Again, there's drawing. So it's always the same setup for all of the eras. There's mapping. There's always mapping and always timeline involved, which I like a lot. And then there's copy work as well in here. So he gets to copy this here. And then again, the hero that was not mentioned. A hero or heroine that wasn't mentioned, he gets to look for information about them and write it down. And then this starts a new era. So I just love it. There are some eras that have some different stuff here and there, but for the most part, it's set up the same. And I really, really think that this is going to be a good fit. I'm hoping that it is. That's my desire. Again, I already went through it to see where we will be using our classical conversation sentences. So he'll keep a notebook on that. And I'm hoping that he will memorize some of them. That's the point of classical conversations. So that is the look on our history. And I'm going to be pairing it with this as well, which is another reader. This is the American Story. This has 102 tales from American history. Pretty much a lot of stories here we'll be able to do with our new curriculum. So I'm really excited. I've been having this book for like 2 years. And the stories are really short. It goes by time period. So I'll just go and look for that year and see what story he can read. We can even take the heroine or the hero or heroine that has not been talked about from here too as well. And the lessons are short. So that's one. It's only 3 pages. Not the lesson. The stories are super short. This is on Moby Dick. So this is like literally that's as much as he reads. That's it. So it's super simple. And again, we just look at the year, look for the stories that we can look into, that we could read, that's going to help us with our study, and just use it as that. But I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a great fit. Again, because the stories are short, I think he'll love it. And he could do this all on his own. A lot of this he could do on his own, which is what I am looking forward to. I'm hoping that he, kind of grab the bulls by his horns, like they say, and does the work on his own, and then show it to me, and we'll learn together. So that's how our history is going to be going This year, I'm excited to get into it. I'm hoping that my ideas go well with him, that he likes it, that he enjoys it. And again, I won't make him do every single page. I'll just let him also choose, and whatever he's interested, we'll go with that first, and then kind of sprinkle in more pages here and there. But seriously, I don't think that he has to do every single page. But if he can get at least 75% of this book done, I'll be so happy. So that's my goal, you guys. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next one.